Alrighty, guys, we are going to be covering how I made around $13,000, ending off the week today on January 23rd on gold. This was the trade that I ended up taking. We're going to cover all the trades. There's one more trade that I took before this, and I'm low-key kind of pissed because I could have got you can see this entry was kind of banger, but I could have got around 13 RR on this fucking trade. Now, what happened was the previous trade that I was in, I trailed for around 2 RR in profit, and I got fucking stopped out. 2 RR in profit, which fucking sucks, bro. And then it just ran to 13 RR. But, you were able to, really, really get a sniper entry and at least make half of that profit, right? So, you can see right here, this was, I don't know why it's showing 2, but on personal, it's a very, very light trade. I don't know why it's showing 532, but it was 1.1K in the day. I'm actually going to withdraw this, I think today, bro. I'm gonna put in a withdrawal today for the profit, so 1K. And then you can see on the top step accounts, we made 2.4K across everything, which is, if you add everything up, around 13K. So let's get into the trades and what kind of, what I was looking at and why I was, so adamant on. I'm actually gonna delete all these real quick. So adamant on these trades and kind of what I was looking at. So we're coming into, right, let's kind of do like a full kind of end of week recap as well, right? So you can kind of see right here we came in with and I'm gonna delete let's delete these as well because they're kind of irrelevant. You can see we came in, we gapped up, right? This was because Trump threatened tariffs on the EU, and when that happens, that's going to cause a demand shock. If you guys watch my fundamental flowchart video, I covered this in depth. So we're still very bullish, right? Super bullish. Okay. Now, I'm not going to show you the footprint chart just for clarity purpose, not clarity, but time purposes. You're just going to, you should be learning as I'm telling you, right? So you should kind of know what's going on there already when I say it verbally. But just to kind of just for time's sake, right? And just explain what's going on the chart. But on Wednesday, right? So Wednesday was a very interesting day. Now, what happened was this is a no trade zone because we gapped up and I didn't see any levels. You can say, yeah, we had, our supply over here, and that's, we touched the open of that price level right here, like the closest point in that region, but, it didn't really make sense, right? We consolidated, we hit off, and actually, yes, what happened on here was VWAP. So, if I actually put on my VWAP here real quickly, you're going to see something pretty interesting. This move was a touch off VWAP. So the algorithms, what they did was they sold from here to this level. They closed their longs and they ended up market ordering buy in the institutions. The other people, they just ended up buying at this area because this was VWAP. And then you can kind of see they rallied price higher at open all the way on Thursday. But yeah, I mean, guys, this is just a crazy ass fucking week. If we look at the daily chart, every single day is the same. Just a bullish. When was the last time we had 4 bullish days in a row? Literally October, and then we had fucking in August, and then everything else. This rarely happens, guys. Rarely happens, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be completely honest. This whole month, we really haven't seen any setups at least for my model and my setups. We've just really been trading discretionarily, and slightly discretionarily, and just being patient, right? But yeah, I digress. So essentially, what happened was after we, again, I'm not trading any of this. Even though we broke up above here, I'm not, there wasn't any good retest levels. I just didn't see anything that made sense, and I'm just out of the day, right? We have some, not a really clean divergence going on over here. There's no trades, right? Whatever. Now, one thing you guys got to be really, take note of is when we're getting close to a contract change, especially on gold. You can see, from my last video, I was telling you guys we're gonna have a contract change to the April contract, which is, how futures works, right? Now, what happens is people are migrating the liquidity from the current contract to the next contract. But essentially, a week before, you have to be watching the new contract the same time as the current contract because people are still trading that. People are switching over their contracts about a week earlier. They're rolling it a little bit earlier, and they're trading the price levels based off that. So essentially, we hit 5,000 on gold, guys. So you can see on the new contract over here, we hit 5,000 on gold, right? You can see right here, this is our Q level, 5,000, and a bunch of taps, a bunch of people taking profit. But what's going on? We're holding this. We then end up, ticking off 4975, but we're holding this area. Right, and I've said multiple times, we're not seeing any real selling going on in the book right now. There's no absorption going on. There's no people trying to sell. And, even if people were trying to sell at $5,000, which they were doing at, this is just people taking profit. Right, they're closing out their their long positions. Because guys, what happens, right? So this is a quick little lesson, okay? When How do you determine when there's real selling going on, people putting real limit orders, or if there is just people taking TP or SL? Okay, this is how you figure out. Okay, it's all structural context. Now, if I was in a long, right? Say I'm in a long, say I'm in a buy over here. Okay, I'm gonna buy like this. Okay, if I in futures, if I'm in a buy, okay, and I want to take TP, my TP is going to be defined as a sell limit. Okay, so say there's a big player, a big whale who's trading 400, not 400, like 30 contracts, right? What's going to happen is say he longs over here. Well, if he wants to take TP like this, he's going to put 30 contracts as a limit order right at that level, okay? So what happens is even if you see some absorption at the highs like this, well, it could just mean people are taking profit, okay? You would want to see something of consistent absorption, which is, again, I'm leaking. Bro, I should not be leaking this sauce, bro, but I'm in a good mood, so I'm leaking it for y'all. Or at another level. So, like, for example, if you made a structural level and then on a retrace you see more real selling going on like this, and then it causes the cascading move. It didn't happen in this case, but yeah. Anyways, all I'm saying is that understanding the structural context and understanding, like, listen, a buy order, or if you're in a buy, sell limits are going to look like absorption, as well as buy limits if you're in a sell, is super important, right? And being able to differentiate that. I have a lot of experience to be able to differentiate that. Anyways, coming into, like I said, into this day on Friday, right? I didn't see anything. We're just consolidating. There's really no trades. But something I teach in my mentorship and on gold is that in a trending market regime, you will have 33% retraces. So I'm going to delete the VWAP for now because it's kind of irrelevant. We already hit the VWAP and we're not really trading in that range anymore. You will have 33% retraces. And essentially what happened was I'm essentially, when this move happens, when this candle closes right here, you had to be fast with it. But this is our new swing high now, okay? This is our new swing high. So when that's our new swing high, okay? And we're making, remember, again, market structure, guys, literally what I taught you guys in the last video, and it got fucking 70 views, which is, like, stupid. Like, I'm making such quality sauce, and we get 70 views. So, guys, make sure to fucking like, make sure to subscribe. Okay, anyways, market structure, right? When we're making higher highs and higher lows, well, this is a pivot point, right? So, if I were to zoom out here on the bigger picture, just zoomed in on the 5-minute time frame, just in this case, well, what happens? We have a impulsive leg, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, right? So this is literally an uptrend, guys. This is fucking trading 101. We're not using fucking crazy concept. This is literally just a trending market right now, okay? So what happens is when this is going to be our swing pivot point, okay? And lo and behold, like I told you guys, 33% retraces are very common on gold on a trending market. It was essentially that. So if I take my fib tool out, from my swing low to my swing high, and I want to find 33% of this range, well, you can see it's right here, okay? And this was also a low volume node and a wall of volume, so that was in one more confluence, but very, very simple stuff. What I did was on the first tap, I didn't get in, but I knew that we were going to take the low out again, just because this is a lot of experience, and I just put my order a couple ticks below the low, right around here, like 2 ticks below the low, and then again the stop loss was kind of tight, but still gave some breathing room, something like this, not too heavy. And yeah, that was the trade. It was essentially a 33% retrace, and I got in on the reclamation of the low that was made, because I just knew that we're gonna make it again, especially when we tapped that 4925. I did not think that this was gonna be the reversal point, so making that new low then expanding was the correct rationale. And then obviously, I was targeting this level right here, which is like around 15 RR, and bro, essentially what happened was as this price action was playing out like this, basically what I did was I trailed my stop at this at that fucking swing low. So I literally moved it up right to here, and I got stopped out for like 2 fucking RR, and I was like, oh my god, like it just ran, bro. Like, just, man, fuck my big chungus life, bro. Anyways, but yeah, that was a trade. We made 2 RR on that, okay? A little bit below. So yeah, we made 2.7 RR on that, or whatever, 2 RR, whatever in that range, commission and whatnot. And then, yeah, essentially, my whole understanding was like, okay, like, I'm so confident that we could potentially go a little bit lower, maybe retap the level again, because if we go to let's go to ZAL USD. If you go to CFDs as well, I just didn't like that we touched the CFD contract at 4900, like just so precisely like that. So I was just thinking, like, okay, like it's not going to go past the swing low and then just stop me out and just rally. It's mostly going to make another low, just one more time potentially, and then go higher, right? And it didn't obviously do that, unfortunately. But this next trade was just so fucking textbook, guys. Like, oh my, genuinely, guys, if you didn't take this trade and like, bro, like I know you guys are new to trading and stuff, and like you guys are like not like on that high of a level, but like I'm telling you, I'm gonna break this shit down so simply to you, bro. And this trade was just so fucking textbook. But I digress. So I was around Okay, we're up 2 RR on the day, right? And all the accounts and whatnot, right? So price action is playing out, price action is playing out, yada yada yada, right? Now we're coming into around our NYSE open now, okay? 9:30 open. Okay, so what's going on is that if we look, right, you can say like we're trending, right? We're making this relative lower time frame uptrend, and the RSI is balanced. The RSI is not showing any levels of extremity. We're just chopping around, but chopping on the RSI, but we're still going higher, right? If you guys are in my mentorship, if you guys watch the mentorship content, you know that this means that we're not gonna have a reversal, we're gonna have continuation still, okay? And the real nail in the coffin though was once we open around NYSE over here, you can kind of say we broke structure and closed above these highs, but I did not want to see. I wanted to wait more, and the reason why I wanted to wait because was that we were waiting for our 9 a.m. candle or 10 a.m. candle, okay? Our 10 a.m. candle. Our NYSE opens up right here. Then I'm just waiting right now to see, and then our 10 a.m. candle, it closes here, and our 10 a.m. candle opens right here. So you can kind of see that this is what it looks like on the visualization of the 4-hour time frame, and this is so important, so important, guys. This is a custom indicator that I've coded how to depth to create. You guys know the suite of indicators that I have. It's all proprietary for my mentorship students. You get this indicator with my mentorship, but yeah, this was so critical, guys. Okay, I keep saying that, but this is why. Okay. When this 4-hour candle opens up, okay, this is an indecision, but I'm just waiting right now because what do we know about candles, right? Candles open up, they make a high, a low, and they close at a certain point. Now, in this case, in this narrative, we're not oversold on the RSI, number one. So there's no reason we should see a reversal. We're seeing some continuation going on still, okay? But the biggest thing is notice, and this is some sauce as well, the opens of 4-hour candles will be algorithmic top and bottom tick levels, and it's not a coincidence. Okay, it is not a coincidence. So my indicator does it automatically for new candles because it's only like new candles which really we care about. We can't mark every single open of 4-hour candle, but new candles perpetually it'll mark it out. But you're gonna notice, right? I'm essentially waiting to see. Listen, are we gonna get a close below at halfway through the formation of the candle? Like what's going on, right? And you can see right here, if I go down to even the 30-second time frame, just go a little bit more, we open up, and then we notice how we retest the open of the candle 3 times. What is this saying, guys? This is saying that if we're retesting it 3 times, and we're not breaking below it, we're retest, and we end up closing above, okay? Closing above, there is a 98% chance that this candle will be a bullish engulfing expansionary candle, along with the fact that we're in all-time high territory. We're very, very euphoric on 5K on gold. Like when we close above this high right here, which we end up obviously doing, that is a all-go sign to just fucking buy on a retrace, on a retest of this level right here. Okay, well, not this level, but like on a retest of a key supply demand level, etc. In some area in this range, Okay. Let me see, like this. Okay. Now, you guys know markets work like off highs and lows. Okay, not liquidity, but just the order book. So just thinking about the order book of what's going on, what's logical, you can figure out where to place your trades. Now, sometimes in a situation like this, I will see that price will just pump up heavy, super heavily, and that's why what happened was as soon as we closed above here, on this engulfing candle closure, I market order bought, and I kept my stop loss right below this candle low. And there's a reason. Okay, there's a reason why. Because I was very confident that if we don't expand now, we just don't expand like this all the way to this level right here for 5RR, that we will take out this relative low, internal low right here, okay, and then end up having the move. So I had 2 orders. So I was like, okay, if this gets stopped out, I'm okay risking the profits on the day. It's 2RR, fuck it, it's not a big deal. And the moment that happened, we got stopped out. We were up 1RR on the day, and then we end up getting over here, and then lo and behold, I was doing 6 contracts, and we didn't want to do anything too crazy, so we did around I think I got a little bit more right around here. The entry was it was It was either on this candle. Yeah, it was on this candle because I took TP around here. It was like a 4.4, like 4.5. So like around here basically. Yeah, yeah, right here, right here, right here. Okay. I put a limit order right below this one on one of the accounts, and then the next one I market ordered bottom this engulfing right there. But yeah, that was essentially the trade. And then I just very confidently there's no real selling going on, and we could just take it for about. We don't want to be too crazy, right? Because even though we're breaking out, momentum can die down now that we're getting into like noon, and with all the euphoria, I just didn't want to go for anything too crazy, right? Just a 4 RR. This is a pro tip. If you're taking trades, don't go for anything more than like 6 RR at max, but like 3 to 4 for a high RR trade is the sweet spot, the absolute sweet spot. Okay. Take that advice from me. So when that happens, right? I'm looking for a target. Right? Obviously, I'm going for 4.5, but you notice this level, like, oh my God, you marked at this level with this yellow line, price ticked it and then ended up going down. Why is that? So you guys know that we have our quarters levels, right? 4975 and 5,000. Now I don't mark out these levels. These are called the half quarters levels, okay? Or the fourth levels, if you want to call it that. But I don't mark these out because they're really irrelevant. They're really only used for marking out potential reversal points in trending conditions or TP areas. So in this case, just logically, if we have a range like this, okay, from quarter Q level to Q level, the midpoint of that range is going to be, well, around here, okay? So right around here. And that is the fourth, okay, or the half quarter. Or the eighth level, right? The half quarter, okay? And yeah, it was really that simple, right? We know that I was like, okay, like this is, even though 5K is right here, this is just we want to be safe. So my TP makes sense to be a little bit below this level. We should have this hit this level and then reverse if anything, right? That's exactly what happened, right? Because we were also coming in a little bit overbought, right, on the 5 minute, nice little correction, and then we'll still continue higher, but that's why I had this level marked out, because just to play it safe for TP purposes. And then as you can see, obviously we end up having a nice banger day, guys. So I hope that made sense. Really fucking textbook. Again, you guys know I only trade gold. I can do recaps and stuff, market analysis for like NQ if you guys want. I just don't think it's really relevant because you guys want to see how I'm taking trades. And yeah, so if you have any questions, guys, go drop them down below. I'm happy to bring this content out for you guys. And yeah, I think this is a pretty cool recap. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. I'm gonna go relax. Actually submit a small withdrawal for like 1K on the small personal sub account, and then yeah, go enjoy my weekend. All right. So I love y'all and take care. Peace out.